So we're celebrating 5 years of God's faithfulness to New Day Church, and it's been an incredible ride, and I thought it might be cool just to tell you a little bit about the journey. So New Day Church in Oak Forest is a replant of White Oak Baptist Church, and White Oak Baptist Church was started in like 1936, so a long time ago. And the building that we worship in today was actually opened in 1960, which was actually the peak of church attendance in America. And so, like a lot of churches, it had some really good times, but also had a lot of struggles, and I mean like decades of struggling and decline.
Back in the day, the church was a lot smaller and needed kind of everyone to be helping in different ways. Once I was even asked to run this sound, and I don't know how to run sound, but I tried.
Honestly, when we first started, it was a small rundown building, very much like a home improvement show, and it was very easy to jump on the team and be encouraged to see what could happen here.
So in 2018, we had a vision to replant White Oak Baptist Church as New Day Church, a new church for a new day. And we wanted to replant this church and to start New Day Church because we wanted to see a church that was thriving in the Oak Forest community. We wanted to see a church that would help change lives and help introduce real people to the real Jesus. And we even had a vision of maybe one day our small little dying church helping other churches come back to life and other declining churches see new life. And so you could definitely say we were a small church with big dreams. So then on September 15th, 2019, we officially launched New Day Church, and that was an incredible season in the life of the church. We saw a lot of new people come to the church in that season. We saw a lot of people baptized. So many incredible things happened. Leaders raised up. It was such a dynamic season of ministry in the life of our church, and that was the first 6 months. But then, as many of you know, we experienced something called a global pandemic, which I didn't even know that was possible in the modern world that we were living in, but apparently that can happen. And so literally 6 months in, with all this momentum and all these great things happening, the entire world shuts down because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And it was a really hard season in the life of the church. So now there's all of this cultural tension, political tension, all this fear. People are getting sick. People aren't meeting in public spaces, which when you're a church, that's what we do, is we gather. I mean, the church literally is a gathered people, and so we can't gather. Everything's online, and it was just a really challenging season. And at least in the moment, it kind of seemed like it had kind of stopped all of our momentum.
What is your favorite, most memorable New Day memory?
During Easter Sunday, I think during 2020, whenever we had church on the rooftop.
People just wanted so badly to be together and to worship together, and so it just kind of created this picture of like hope.
And yet, as challenging as that COVID season was, it was actually the season where God really showed us that no matter what happens, He's going to work it all together for good. And so an example of that was we decided to do an Easter service on the roof of one of our buildings. We did like a drive-in service, and we transmitted it through radio to everyone's car, and it was just this epic moment of doing an outdoor public Easter service on the roof. And the Houston Chronicle came out and did a story on it, and we were actually the front cover of Apple News on Easter of 2020. And so this thing that was so difficult, God used as an incredible moment to really cement our kind of go for it culture here at New Day. We live by faith, we go for it, we don't play it safe. And God has really used that to bless us in so many ways in these last 5 years.
How has God used New Day in your life?
Man, it's been a long road with life like everybody's, but man, it's a place where you just always belong.
New Day's revealed to me that things are going to change, but that His church is a constant.
God has used New Day in so many ways in our lives, mainly just by changing our priorities and focus as a family.
I feel like it's affected kind of every aspect of our life.
Having a community of believers reminds me daily that we're on mission for Jesus.
Being diagnosed with a pretty aggressive cancer at age 30 was not easy, but I can tell you that the people at this church have loved me in such the way that Jesus wants us to love.
I think another thing that's been really powerful in this journey is the personal stuff that we've walked through as a church family. You know, my wife was diagnosed with cancer at the end of 2021. We've had other people in our church that have been diagnosed with difficult things or lost jobs or just been through really difficult situations. And yet those moments have been opportunities for us to really get serious about our faith and really keep our eyes on Jesus. And also they've been opportunities for us to really be like the church family that God wants us to be. Church is not just a service that we attend here at New Day. It's not just a building we go to. Like, it really is a family. And we've really felt that these last 5 years. And so even the difficult things that we've faced as a church, I've just been so amazed at how God has used it to build something, I mean, so incredible in our time. And I think we're just going to continue to benefit from that community that we have here at New Day in the years ahead. And so this journey that we've been on, it's really been a process of God laying a foundation for a lot of great things that He wants to do. And when I look at kind of what God's doing and just this process that we've been in, I really see a foundation that's been led that we are now beginning to really see some incredible fruit come from. And some examples of that are in early 2021, whenever Walnut Creek Baptist Church joined New Day and became New Day Magnolia and really birthed our family of churches vision, you know, saying, hey, listen, like, we love what God has done there in Oak Forest, come do that here. And the process of really becoming a family of churches. And then in the middle of 2022, New Day Pasadena becoming part of the New Day family and getting to expand the ministry to that part of the greater Houston area. And now as we look ahead to the fall of 2024, we're launching New Day Church West Houston with Pastor Mac and the team there. It's like God has done something special here, and we are now beginning to see that multiply all across the greater Houston area. And it gives us a lot of excitement for the future and what God could do in the life of our church. So as I look at all that God has done in the first 5 years of our church, it gets me really excited for what God is going to do in the next 5 years of our church and in the next 50 years of our church. New Day, we are a part of something that is so special and so unique, and we want to give God so much praise for what He's done in our midst. And I think our response after seeing all of God's faithfulness these last 5 years to our church, all the lives changed, all the ministries started, all the people helped, all of the new locations that have been launched, I think our response is let's keep being all in with what God is doing, because God is going to be faithful. And so we want to be faithful as well, to do whatever He calls us to do, to go wherever He calls us to go, and to just be a part of His work in this world in these days. And so I love you, New Day. It's been an incredible 5 years, and here's to the next 5.